Hey guys, welcome back. Since my last video, there's been a lot more controversies surrounding Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows. Surprising to no one really, but there's been a lot of people annoyed about the game, especially judging by the engagement I saw in my last video, the truth about Yasuke. If you haven't watched it and you want to learn about Yasuke, I would click the upper right hand corner of the video. Now, let's break down what's happening a little bit. First up, let's talk about the massive petition against Assassin's Creed Shadow right now. As of now, it has over 90,000 signatures and it is still rising. And 90,000 people is a lot of people to get some eyes on something. I mean, maybe not social media wise, but I mean, we'll talk about that later. The petition reads, recently the lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious issue regarding the upcoming game Assassin's Creed Shadows by game developer Ubisoft. The game is based on Japanese samurai and ignores the fact that samurai were a higher class of warrior class and should have been goken, or servants of nobles. In fact, the first European to receive the title of samurai, William Adams, served Tokugawa Ieyasu as a 250 Koku Hatamoto. I probably butchered all that. In this history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the nature and role of samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history, and may also be closely linked to Asian racism. We call on Ubisoft to immediately cancel the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows and show sincere research and respect for Japanese history and culture. We need your signature. Sign this petition and let Ubisoft know the importance of cultural respect and historical accuracy. This petition is a clear indication of the growing dissatisfaction among fans in the community in both America and Japan, and honestly, I kinda wish it happened sooner. But moving that aside, next there's a serious accusation against Ubisoft. People are saying they've stolen designs from One Piece, and that's going to be namely Zoro's sword and a sword stand for it, to promote Yasuke's sword. And here you can see yourself, and do you think they did, or is it a stretch? To me, they look kinda similar. But regardless, people are outraged, and this does raise questions about Ubisoft's originality and respect for other creators. I mean, you could have gone as far as to say, hey, we want to respect this creator, we want to honor this design on, like, this person, but, I mean, there was none of that really, none that I could find. So, has there been other instances of them doing this in past games? I don't know. I feel like people are going to dig up more examples as the signatures start to rise on that petition over there. Ubisoft is doing so bad with the publicity of this game on Twitter. They got community noted, and the community note says, the image posted by the official Assassin's Creed website shows a selection of products that are not related to the game. The second image closely resembles a replica of Sandai Kiketsu, the sword used by Zoro, a character in the manga One Piece, currently not sold on Amazon. One Piece fans don't come for me if I butchered it. The third image is a Jishai doll from the Chinese brand that is also being sold on Amazon. This is also not currently being sold on Amazon. For the reasons stated above, the claim provides an immersive experience, and the post is an exaggeration and a falsehood. Jeez. Continuing on the topic of art, and thankfully it's not anymore art stealing or plagiarism, but the game is set in the late 1570s, yet Ubisoft made a goof, and I don't know how, because Ubisoft is usually they're like the number one like game developer in the past, at least, that used to like research, but they used artwork from the late 17th to early 18th century for their gameplay promotional video. I don't know how eagle-eyed people spotted this out in a 13-minute gameplay video, but good job on attention to detail. Because you deserve credit, because Ubisoft, they sure do not. But this is like another example of how Ubisoft's lack of cultural care and historical accuracy with this game is getting people very annoyed. And there's a lot of older games where they used to be praised for their research and the recreation of the different like locations and stuff like that, like Assassin's Creed and the what was it, the Gaza hidden rooms, how they were able to reconstruct Egypt, how they did a bunch of research to get Italy for the Ezio trilogy and everything right. And, you know, granted, they let you know it's historical fiction, and even on the video it says work in progress footage, but I do not think this is going to pass with people this time around. Now, all of these issues are within only the fans of, like, either American fans or Japanese fans, but now a Japanese politician, I don't know if it is the change.org or people just complaining, but he said he's going to bring up Assassin's Creed Shadows in the next Japanese diet. It is not a food. I thought it was also a food-related thing, but no, it's their legislative body, and that's pretty significant because it shows if the controversies reach that level of political awareness in Japan, Ubisoft, you might be getting into a little bit of trouble. But once the government gets involved, usually changes are on the horizon. The politician Satoshi Hamada said, "We were looking for your feedback. We were consulted by a French game company about the historical alteration of Japan. The content of the consultation is shared below in the images. We have also quoted a post that appears to point out the problem with the game in question. We would like to hear your specific requests and opinions." I really wish he posted that text as text and not a picture so that I could translate it, but the message that he did quote was from a person that said, "Don't misunderstand the reason why Assassin's Creed is on fire. I really don't care if the main character is black. People other than Japanese are just starting a flame war." Pretty true. "I made this by consulting with Japanese experts. The seasons, the buildings, and the manners are all messed up. Did you really listen? It's a premium box with concept art. As a bonus expensive, suspicion that AI was trained on the mess of Japanese-era photos. I made a concept video and accidentally added Chinese subtitles. As expected, complaints started to come in, and the manufacturer got angry. The racist criticized them, saying, 'Don't complain. This is where Japanese people get the most angry. The Japanese wouldn't have been upset if they had simply apologized. But the problem is the manufacturer's negligence in refusing to admit any of their mistakes. A petition has begun to stop the release of the book here and now.'" I'm glad these types of issues are being brought to their attention. I just wish we would have had this much steam when we were trying to get rid of loot boxes all those years ago. But this does highlight a broader problem with cultural representation in media. And I'm going to kind of shift it over to anime, and many fans have noticed, myself included, English dubs have been like pushing political messaging and buzzwords, apparently to make it more socially acceptable for us.
What are you wearing that for? Oh, those pesky patriarchal societal demands were getting on my nerves, so I changed clothes. Give it a week, they'll be begging you to change back.
何ですかその格好。いつも言われるから露出度を抑えたんだ。どうかな。次は体を変えるといい。
I really don't know, man. That seems like a really unnecessary change to me. Like maybe I'm just uneducated or stupid or something. Maybe localization is a super important job that such a peon like myself would never understand. But regardless, I really don't get the change. I don't understand why they do it, and I don't understand why we keep watering down media on our end. I'm glad Assassin's Creed Shadows is getting so much attention on it, and honestly, hopefully this bleeds over into the anime industry as well, and Japan just puts a full stop on all these changes, because, hey man, I don't want my media to keep getting edited like this. But from alleged design theft to historical inaccuracies and political scrutiny, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. If you have not seen The Truth About Yasuke, please go ahead and check that out. And if you found this video informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates. Until next time.